If your problem isn't a lack of knowledge, if you are, honestly, one of the most well-informed people in most rooms you walk into, and yet you still can't seem to pull the trigger and act, this video is for you. Because here's the uncomfortable truth I had to face. My overthinking was never about needing more information. It was a hiding place, and I'll show you how to leave it. Quick intro before we dig in, because it matters here. I'm David Kruger. I run the Creator's Apprentice community, and I spent more than 15 years as a student of Kevin Trudeau and his formula for deliberate creation. My whole mission is helping people see exactly how they're built, their real design across multiple systems, and then giving them the steps for what to do with it, who you are, and what to do about it. I'm telling you, overthinking was my home address for many years. I was the most well-informed, stuck person you ever met. So this one is personal. Let's get into it. Let's get the obvious wrong answer out of the way. If you're an overthinker, the solution is not more information. More research won't set you free, because the research is the symptom, not the cure. You already know enough to start. We both know that. So the real question is, why don't you? Here's the answer I had to swallow. As long as I was studying, preparing, getting ready, I never had to face the thing I was actually afraid of: putting my work out there and being judged. My brilliant, busy mind was a bunker. Thinking felt like progress, but it was really just a very sophisticated way to hide. As long as I never shipped, I could never be told it wasn't good enough. And under the fear of being judged was an older, deeper one. The fear that if I tried and it wasn't good enough, then maybe I wasn't good enough. That's why willpower never worked. You can't discipline your way out of a wound. The overthinking was my nervous system protecting me from a verdict I was terrified of. Once I saw that, I could finally be gentle with it and then move away. My mentor, Kevin Trudeau, has a line that hit me right between the eyes. Don't confuse activity with accomplishment. He talks about people who are endlessly busy, researching, planning, optimizing, and they mistake all that motion for progress while nothing actually moves. That was my overthinking exactly. But he also taught me the antidote, and it's in his creation algorithm. Most of us say, I have to figure out how, and then we grind ourselves into paralysis trying to solve the whole path in our heads. He flips it. You don't figure out the how, you let the how present itself. You take one real step and let the next one show up. Overthinking is just trying to force the entire staircase to appear before you take the first stair. You were never supposed to see the whole thing. You were supposed to move. So here's the rule I live by now. Your mind is for seeing, for understanding, for insight. It is not allowed to be the place you hide from doing. Think to see, then ship to live. And the trick is small and fast. Take one tiny imperfect action before the fear has time to spin up. Most motion melts fear. You don't think your way into action, you act your way out of overthinking. Let me kill a belief that keeps you stuck. The idea that if you just think hard enough, you'll reach certainty before you act. You won't. That certainty doesn't exist, and waiting for it is the trap. Here's the truth nobody tells overthinkers. Clarity comes from action, not before it. You don't think your way to a clear path and then walk it. You take one uncertain step, and then the next step becomes visible only once you've taken the first. The fog lifts as you move, never while you stand still studying the fog. So the goal was never to figure it all out. The goal is to make the smallest possible move that gives you new information. and then let the path reveal itself one step at a time. So here are 2 tools I use to break my own overthinking. First, the 10-minute rule. Whatever you're circling, commit to just 10 messy minutes of actually doing it, not planning it, doing it. 10 minutes is too small for your fear to bother defending against. And once you're in motion, you usually keep going. Second, give yourself permission to make the worst first version imaginable. The overthinker's real enemy isn't laziness, it's perfectionism. It's perfectionism wearing a disguise. So lower the bar to the floor, write the terrible draft, record the clumsy take, send the imperfect message. You can't edit a blank page. A bad first version is a gift because it's the only thing you can actually improve. Motion first, polish later. Let me correct a belief that keeps overthinkers frozen forever. The idea that you need confidence before you can act. It's backwards. Confidence is not the thing you summon before you start. It's the thing you earn after you finish. Every time you complete something, even something small and imperfect, you make a tiny deposit in your confidence account. And every time you overthink and don't finish, you make a withdrawal because your brain quietly logs, I said I'd do that and I didn't. And your self-trust erodes. This is the hidden cost of overthinking nobody talks about. It's not just that you don't get things done, it's that every undone thing chips away at your belief in yourself, which makes the next thing even harder to start. So you don't wait to feel confident. You go finish something, anything, and let the finishing build the confidence. Done is the engine, confidence is the exhaust. Reverse those 2 in your head and the whole thing starts to move. And shipping or delivering the finished product only gets safe when you stop putting your entire worth on the line every time you hit publish. You are not your last piece of work. When you really know who you are at the core and that your value isn't up for a vote, putting things out in the world stops feeling like a death sentence. Coming to know yourself that solidly and then having a real formula for what to do next is exactly what I'm building toward in my life more soon. If you're ready to stop hiding your head and start shipping, here's the move. Here's what to do next. And it's all waiting in the description below. The first thing and the most important thing I want you to do is I want you to come join me in my group, The Creator's Apprentice. It's on School. It's free to join. This is where we do the work together. I have developed an application, an online app that does a complete personality synthesis, gives you a complete picture of yourself. It uses, Bazi astrology, Chinese astrology, Western astrology. It uses multiple personality tests that you've heard of, human design. I have created an algorithm that takes all of this and runs an analysis. Then I run it against success principles. I have studied success principles with Kevin Trudeau for 15 years. He has distilled this into something called the creation algorithm. We then do part 2 is we do an analysis of where you are at with that. What you're doing right, what you're doing wrong, what you need to do based on your personality type, your strengths, your weaknesses, your desires, that which lights you up. Then we create a 90-day, part 3 is a 90-day action plan with checklists and graphs. So it kind of demystifies knowing who you are and what your destiny is and where you need to be and what your purpose in life is. I have found a way to decode that. I don't think it's ever been done before. See, studying success principles with so many successful, wonderful people, I've seen good and I've seen bad. And the number one thing I've seen people get hung up on is analysis paralysis, being an eternal student, not getting off the dime. And usually the reason is a lack of self-knowledge and a lack of wanting something with a burning desire. And that happens when you don't really know who you are. You're always wanting someone else's dream. So join me in this, sorry about the rant, join me in the school group below. Also, Kevin Trudeau, you need to, if you have not been exposed to Kevin or the Global Information Network, you need to click below. You can get Your Wish Is Your Command. The original audio is absolutely free. There's no excuse not to do this. Click on the link, get them free right now. You can also, I would also recommend getting the hardcover book. That's $39. There's a link there too. And the last thing is a cheat code that I am now making available to people. It is audios, special brain audios that you listen to in headphones that take you into theta brainwave frequency. This is the brainwave frequency of the elites. This is the brainwave frequency of manifestation. It uses binaural beat technology, and it basically beats your beta brainwaves down so that you are not in panic mode, and that you get your brainwaves are now like these long brainwaves and not the of somebody who's worrying and doing all of that. So when you want to be doing some focused work, when you want to be thinking about your desires, listen to these audios first. Then do your manifesting. So I'm trying to give you everything I possibly can to make you successful, to push you along farther. So please take advantage of all of those resources. And last but not least, if you haven't subscribed to this channel, click subscribe, smash the notification bell, give me a comment here in the comments. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you'd like to see videos on. Until then, I'm David Kruger. I'll see you in the next video. Love you guys.